Welcome to another episode of Courageous Healing. I am the producer and co-host, Victor Escalante, and joining me in the studio as usual and customary is Adele George. Adele, welcome.
Hey, Victor. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you, too. I can't believe we're already at the end of 2025.
That's right. Another year gone by. So what are we going to talk about today, Adele?
I think it's a really important topic, and it really falls into the whole notion of healing. I want to talk about by saying no, you are saying yes to you, especially during the holidays when you're invited to go spend time with family that maybe you don't want to be around, or situations that could potentially put you in an uncomfortable situation. So I think it's something that I think it's important, especially for those who have been abused and are survivors of assault or domestic violence. And it's a really big way to heal yourself.
Absolutely. And studies have shown that during the holidays, around, Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, when families come together, that's when old wounds tend to bloom. Unresolved issues, the aggression from parents to children. I had a client call me up recently, Adele, that he's had mother issues all his life, and around this time, he needed just some reinforcement because his father is suffering from dementia and he won't be around much longer. But the mom is so toxic that the mom has created issues between him and his two daughters. And so he needed some guidance as far as how to navigate the craziness around this holiday so that he can stay sane and isolate himself and his wife from all the family drama that typically is drawn out during the holiday season.
Yeah, it's tough. The holidays put a lot of pressure on a lot of people, not only just to be present with people that you may not want to be around that are toxic, like your client situation there. Financially, it's stressful, and finance is another form of abuse
Sure.
where you're expected to put on a full turkey dinner for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, or you're expected to buy these lavish gifts and stuff that you may not be able to afford. So I think that it's important, and it may sound a little cliche to say by saying no, you're saying yes to you, but it's true. You don't have to say yes. You don't have to show up. You don't have to spend the money.
Absolutely. This is the concept of self autonomy. While you can't be an island, you have a right to take care of yourself and to decide what is best for you. Because I tell clients, no one is ever going to take better care of you than you. Don't
Right.
expect others to shower you with gifts. If you want something, go out and buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're absolutely correct. And look, you're gonna have people that are gonna be mad at you because you say no. But when you're sitting at home in your peace, or you're with some friends that you would much rather be with, and you're in your peace, you are gonna be so thankful that you said yes. That their anger and their frustration with you is not gonna necessarily have the impact on you that you think it's gonna have.
Let me illustrate toxicity, Adele, because this actual case comes to mind. A friend of mine was invited by her brother to their Thanksgiving family gathering. So she packs up all of the she had made a turkey. She packs up her mother, her daughter, and all the trimmings that they were taking to this Thanksgiving dinner. It was going to be held like at a hall. So she gets there, and her sister, now mind you, she wasn't really invited. Okay. She kind of found out about it. And as a result of finding out about it, the brother felt obligated to invite her. So the brother invites her. When she gets there, the sister makes a snide remark, basically letting her know that she wasn't invited. So in that moment, she picks up, she packs up everything again and goes home to have a Thanksgiving dinner with her and her immediate family. That's how crazy it is that again, these old wounds, the scabs are pulled back, and it's like it's 1979 all over again, where they were picking on you, they were bullying you, and they were just being mean to you. And there's no need for you to put yourself through that.
No. And look, if you know well enough in advance that you don't want to be there, make alternate plans.
Yeah,
A lot of restaurants are open on Christmas Day. A lot of places are open where you can go and you can have a wonderful meal with friends or by yourself. That would be way better than stressing yourself out or re-traumatizing yourself through being with people that you really don't want to be around. And don't allow the guilt of, well, I should be there, or this is my sister, or this is my mother, or this is my father. That guilt is toxic within itself.
for sure.
Don't allow that guilt to be the thing that makes you do it because you feel like you need to be there. I think, you can change, and the truth be told is that one of two things can happen. You can go no contact with them from that point, and you can continue to heal yourself until you're ready to move forward and have contact with them again. Or it can actually open up a door, and when they decide to try to confront you for not showing up, it can open a door for communication that says, look, I didn't want to go because,
Sure.
and I think it's important that art, if you have the opportunity to articulate that you do.
After the fact, you're not totally engaged in the emotion because it's already passed. So you can express yourself after the fact to say your reasons, your whys for why you won't participate. And maybe, all things are possible. Maybe they will factor that in and be mindful of what they say and what they do.
Exactly, because, conflict resolution is not easy. Both
No,
people have to come to the table open and vulnerable and ready to resolve.
correct.
And so that's why when we say, and again, I'll repeat it, by saying no, you are saying yes to you. And that needs
Exactly.
to empower you when you're saying yes to you. You're not saying no. You're not saying yes to yourself out of guilt. You're not saying no or yes to guilt. You're saying yes to your own peace. And you're saying
Exactly.
yes to the things that make you happy. Victor, this reminds me the other day, I actually stumbled on YouTube. Oprah has a YouTube podcast that she does. And the one that she did was people that have gone no contact with family members.
Okay.
And they had three different psychologists there that had really great perspectives on situations and the situations that were being talked about in there.
You're listening to Courageous Healing Podcast. We'll be right back.
Big news! The inspiring book Courageous Healing is now available in print, ebook, and audiobook. No matter how you like to read or listen, you can now experience the powerful story and life-changing insights inside this book. Don't wait. Start your journey of healing and transformation today. Order your copy now and take the first step toward your courageous healing.
We now return you to the Courageous Healing Podcast.
But the one thing that I got from that whole hour and like 15, 20 minutes was the lack of ability to resolve conflict.
Okay.
And on someone's part or on both parties' part. And so the ones that had gone no contact and then made the decision to try to allow a contact again were the ones that wound up going into a therapist office and then had contact brought resolution to the problem and were able to move past it.
Yeah, they were empowered and they had a methodology to process the conflict instead of going into this chaotic round and around and around circle. They had a methodology. They had a process.
Exactly, and you hit the point. The point is that it was circular. And so these holidays can bring back those things that you just keep coming back to and back to and back to.
Correct.
Because there's animosity because someone did something to you when you were little 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 months ago, whatever the case may be, and it just continues being rehashed.
Sure.
And it's just not fair to you to go to this type of event or, gathering and be miserable or be there because you feel guilty that you should. Look, Victor and I are going to give you the permission to say no.
Yeah,
You need somebody to give you the permission.
blame us.
Yeah, say Victor and Adele said to do it. But I think the key here and the healing comes in when you get your own that first of all, saying no and saying yes to you is monumental in your healing journey. It's
Absolutely.
monumental and it's a great place to start. Secondly, conflict resolution is never easy because you're expecting people to come to the table that may be unskilled and don't know exactly how to resolve conflict. And that in itself is something that, is layered upon layered upon layered upon layered deep, which is not a conversation for right now, but it's to understand that when there's animosity between two people and there's some anger, some guilt, some whatever hard feelings, that in order to be able to move through it, you have to resolve it. You can't just show up and ignore it.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
got to show up with a plan. Otherwise, it's a perfect storm for chaos, hurting all over again.
Yeah. Or you're going to show up and you're going to pretend like everything's okay. And then when you get home, you're going to be completely exhausted
Sure, sure,
and you're not going to have had a good holiday.
sure. And domestic violence is not necessarily violence between just between couples. Domestic violence can take many forms, and
Yep.
so you need to be aware of how your trauma nervous system responds to aggression, to any kind of hurtful deeds and words.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very true. And that's why, and abuse comes in many forms. It can come from a sibling, it can come from a parent, it can come from an uncle, an aunt, a grandparent, someone that's going to be there that you just know is just talked down to you, been abusive to you, stolen money from you, whatever the case may be that has caused this issue, it's abuse. And you don't have to be there. And if that person or persons is going to be there, nobody said you had to show up.
Exactly.
So own your holiday. If you're sitting down going, I wish I could have a good Christmas, create your own good Christmas. What is your good Christmas? And if you're like, my good Christmas would be if I can go hang out with my family and so and such would respect me, then you're doing it wrong.
That's an act of futility because that's not initiated and controlled by you.
Right. But if a good Christmas is like, you know what, I'm going to go drive around and look at Christmas lights while I drink hot chocolate. And I'm going to go listen to some Christmas music. And then I'm going to go have a steak dinner at my favorite restaurant that happens to be open on Christmas. Guess what? At that point, you've had a beautiful Christmas day. And when you start to talk to other people, there's probably a few other people that might want to join you too. You have every right to be able to enjoy your holiday and to have your holiday on your terms. So make the decision now to decide what that is and what does that look like. If you love going look at Christmas lights or walking around the park where there's Christmas lights or whatever the case may be, enjoy your holiday on your terms.
Happiness by design.
Yes. And if you go because there's someone there you don't want to see, but everyone else there that you want to see, you don't have to stay.
Exactly.
You go and see your family members that you really want to see because there's also that. Well, I mean, I don't, grandma so and so or aunt such and such who's an out, I don't want to be around her, but I haven't seen my cousins in a year and I want to spend some time with them. Okay, go over there and then go hang out with your cousins and just do as much as you can to keep some space between you and the person that you want to avoid. And if it gets uncomfortable, just leave when you're ready. You don't have to stay. Or you can even talk to these family members and be like, look, I'm uncomfortable going because of the issues that I have with so and so and such and such. Can we all get together after? Or do you guys want to come over this weekend? We can have a late Christmas party or something else, and you can try to get together with them at a different time, maybe even just on a Zoom call. So with technology today, you could still see the people that you want to see. It just might take a little extra effort.
And listeners, this is something that Adele actually practices with some of her family. Talk about that, Adele. Instances where again you've had to put a boundary on family gatherings or dynamics at family gatherings.
Yeah. And that's the thing, I made the decision when it was no longer suitable for me to not be there and to not be present. And, I mean, I look forward to the family gatherings that I have now, but I don't have to stay if I don't want to. I mean, I love the family members I have and that I get to see, but, I don't see the ones that I don't want to see. I don't connect with the ones that I don't want to connect with. And I no longer feel guilty about it. And the reason that I don't feel guilty about it is because I'm protecting my peace.
Yeah.
So for me, frequently, I don't have anything to do on Christmas Day. That's okay. You know what? I just call it, get some hot chocolate and crawl up under a blanket and watch TV, take a bunch of naps and enjoy my day on my terms. And I am not going back to work after being off stressed or
Yes,
exhausted.
your vacation. Enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's important to me. It's important that I protect my peace at all costs, you know?
That is our message, listeners, is take care of yourself, protect your peace, because again, no one's going to take better care of you than you.
Right.
What do you think, Adele? Is that enough show?
I totally think that's enough show. We've given all people a lot to think about.
All right, listeners, until next time, go out and have a great week.
Happy holidays.